What's up, everybody? Lou Too Fresh here, back with a knife review. We're looking at the Sebenza 21 large. Try to make this short, to the point, and super informative, huh? Let's get right into it. So, this is the knife. Quick overview. Titanium scales. You got some blue anodized hardware right there. You got the lanyard pin, thumb lug, and the backspacer, blue anodized. Let's take a look at this blade. I know you haven't seen this before. Not the plain Jane Sebenza 21. Oh no. One of a kind. Just kidding. You got a hollow grind blade, not a flat grind. Frame lock, not a liner lock. Notice the frame is cut out right there. And the frame lock goes in about 75% right from the factory. And let's take a look at some of the box details. So there's a standard Chris Reeve box, large Sebenza 21, website, CPM S35VN steel, made in the USA, baby, by Crucible Industries. Chris Reeve had a lot of input on this steel. And then think twice, cut once. That's the motto. $410 retail back in 2013. Ooh, that's really hurting your pockets. You'd be hitting lint paying for this knife. Made in Boise, Idaho. Everything about this knife is USA made, the way I like it. I don't want no Chinese knives. Keep them.
Made in America, made in the USA. What do you like better? Huh?
Comes with a little bit of grease. And the only tool you'll need to take this knife apart is this little hex screw. And you won't be stripping screws taking this one apart. I promise you that. Not a Chinese knife. So what makes this knife $410 plus tax back in 2013? Well, let's get into it real quick. It'll be the tolerances. A lot of the stuff on this knife, such as the blade, is machined down to 1/10 of 1,000th of an inch. That's insane. That's like aerospace grade, if not better. Each knife is assembled by hand and check for proper fitment before they sell it. I guess Chris Reeve used to personally inspect these knives before he put them up for sale and sent them out to the distributors. So that's pretty cool. Really corrosion resistant knife in general, with the titanium scales, and the S35 VM blade is stone washed, not bead blasted, stone washed. I guess the bead blasting leaves a lot of little porous pockets in the blade that could help to develop corrosion. Stone wash process doesn't leave such pores. Why S35VN versus, you know, a harder steel or more exotic steel like M390? Because you can actually sharpen this one at home. He wanted people to be able to sharpen this on their typical, you know, Spyderco Sharp Maker or something like that, versus those other hard steels that are, you know, higher Rockwell. You might chip them or break them if you don't know what you're doing. You could also send this in for a spot treatment and they'll dial you in for a little bit of change, but you know, I think it's probably worth it if your knife is destroyed. Not that this one is, but great customer service from Chris Reeve. I've dealt with them a couple times. Can't say enough good things about him. Responsive. The blade is heat treated. He takes them up to about 1900 degrees Fahrenheit, a little bit hotter. Then you got to rapidly cool them, and then of course you got to deal with any warpage that happens too. So he has a machine that he developed to kind of quote unquote fix the blade after the heat treatment. What else can I tell you guys? I want to make this quick. Thumb lug is press fit. There's no pins or nothing like that holding it in. It's got to be big enough for the hole that they drill in the blade that it stays in without breaking the blade, but you know, if it's too small it'll just fall right out. Not falling out. So like I said, tolerances, that's what you're paying the big money for. This is not a super glitzy knife. You can get them glitzy with the Damascus blades and the wood inlays and whatnot, but that's not what this one's about. This is the plain Jane, baby. Made in July of 2013, signed by God only knows who. Here's your guarantee. You can pause the video and read that if you're interested. But yeah, just some things that I've noticed after owning this knife for many years now. The jimping on top of the blade is awesome. It's not too sharp, not too smooth. Love that. It's nothing ridiculous. All these engravings, you could call them maybe, are perfect. They're not too shallow, not too deep in any one area. Idaho made, right there. The older ones don't even have that. Those are cool. Those are really hard to come by. And then I want to cut myself here. Thing is sharp enough to cut God. But the pocket clip, you know what? The tension they have on this thing is perfect. It's not so stiff that it's going to tear your pocket up, but it's not so loose that, you know, it's going to fall out of your pocket. Love the rounded spine on these knives, on the blade right there. Nice finishing touch. This chamfer, I was watching one of these shop videos. The chamfer right there is done by hand. It's a little craftsman's touch. Also love how, more so on this side of the knife, you know, pocket clip down, but they bevel the edge so it slides into your pocket real nice. Of course, you could always buy those lambskin sheaths for this as well. They bevel it all around. And this hole right here, you might wonder what that's about. That is totally dysfunctional. That's for when they were making these handles. It's probably some sort of machine that picks them up. And they need that hole right there for the machining process. So that doesn't do anything for you. Also, notice how with this lanyard pen, I don't know if you're going to be able to see that too well or not. Lighting's a little bad, but they actually drill a hole straight through there and it comes out the other side. And that way, this lanyard's not so loose that it's going to be cut by the blade. The blade will never touch that and cut the lanyard off. Like I said, think twice, cut once. That's what you're paying for. What else can I tell you? The pivot system is machined to perfection. That's part of the reason why you could take this knife apart, again with this one hex screw. Take it apart, put it back together, and you're going to get that killer centering every single time. Check out that centering. Absolutely no blade play. This thing is bank vault solid. Alright, you know what? I'm not going to keep this rolling anymore. You guys know about this knife. Take care. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, all that good jazz. I'm out.